Just started using the online version of Mastery Manager, and it has saved me a lot of time in terms of running copies of tests and answer sheets and scanning answer sheets when they're completed and printing out grade reports and cutting up grade reports and handing back grade reports and all that stuff. And it's probably saved me a little bit of money too on my printing and copying costs. So I'm going to show you just how easy it is. It's not much different than the paper pencil version of Mastery Manager, just a couple extra steps. I'm going to create a new version B of this same test. So I'm going to just copy the name, paste it in, and change from version A to version B. It's just a little 5-question quiz. I'm going to assign it to all of my first and second trimester classes at Rapids High School. It's for grade 9 science, age grading, trimester 1. Save it. So that's all the same that you do for a paper and pencil. Go to my answer key layout, put in my answer key. Only need 4 bubbles. Save that. So that's all same as paper and pencil too. Here's where it gets a little different. Go to the online tab. I'm going to activate my first 3 classes for this trimester. And then I'm going to go down and set my options. I'm going to require that students log into a secure browser. I'll explain that in a little bit here. I'm going to set a time limit. I should be able to get done in about 10 minutes. Most of them will be done in 2. I'm going to allow them to flag questions, and I'm going to allow them to eliminate incorrect responses. And then one of the nice features of this is that they can see their final score as soon as they're done. I'm going to allow them to also see the questions they got right and wrong as soon as they finish. I'm going to give it tomorrow, so I'm just going to set my start date as tomorrow, and I'm going to set my end date at the end of the trimester. And I'm not going to hide anything from them. I'm going to allow them to see all of their answers and responses. Last thing I need to do is I need to choose the file to upload. One of the little tricks that I've learned along the way is when the kids actually go to take the quiz, the font can be a little bit hard to read, so I've gone in and changed all of my fonts to a 16 font. Makes it easier to read the questions. Save that, and then I need to make sure that this is a PDF. So I'm going to file, save as a PDF, and then when I go to choose my file, I'm going to choose the PDF version. Save that, and I'm done. Now the other thing that I need to have for when the kids actually go to take this quiz is I need to know these codes. So I've just started a spreadsheet to keep track of all of my codes. This is version B, so it's going to be KFFGL for my second hour, KFFGZ for my third hour, and a KFFGB for my fourth hour. And once I'm done with that, I'm ready to give the quiz. So when a kid goes in to take the quiz, they're going to log into exam login. Now, when they do this on this version of the exam login, you can see that I still have other screens that I can activate. So if I wanted to, I could pull up the teacher's PowerPoint and have that going right next to my exam, and then I could just look up answers. So when I give my quizzes on the Chromebooks, down here in the bottom left-hand corner, there's going to be a button for apps. And if you click on the apps button, one of the options it gives you is exam login. When they log into that exam login, that's a secured version. So it's only going to allow them to stay on that one tab. And as soon as they log out of that tab, it's going to shut their quiz down. So this is an unsecured version that I'm going to show you now. I could use a secured version if I had them using the Chromebooks. So when they get to exam login, they click in I have a test code. That's where they're going to need to enter that code. So for someone in my third hour, they would log in as KFFGZ. Find that code. Now here's where the computer is not going to let them take it because I told them that they had to have a secured version. So this is going to pop up and it's not going to allow them to take the quiz. So in order for me to allow you to see what's going to happen here, I need to go back into Mastery Manager and I need to take that requirement off. Save that. And now when I put in the test code, it should allow me to show you how the student's version is going to look when they log in. Click the find. It's going to ask them for their student ID. Find that. It's going to verify that that student is in my class. They say this is me, and this is what they're going to see when they go to take the quiz. And as you can see, font is fairly small. Can blow it up a little bit. And then they're just going to click on their responses. Okay, a couple of the nice features, if the student's taking it, they know for sure it's not A. They can dump that question. They know it's for sure not B. They dump that question, and they can flag this to come back to finish up later on. Okay, and then they just select their responses. One of the things that I've noticed on the Chromebooks is that when they click these responses on the Chromebooks, it actually shows up blue, so it's very easy for someone across the room to see what they've answered. So you have to have some good classroom management on this one. They get done. They click on finished. I'm really finished, and it shows them what their score is. Now, one of the nice features on this is that kids can immediately see what they got wrong, why they got it wrong, if they just log out and enter that same test code back in. Enter their student ID. So they can only go back in and see their own scores. And now when they log in, it will show them exactly what they got wrong. So here they have the wrong answers, here they didn't select anything, and this is another one of the wrong answers. So they can take a look and see why they got those questions wrong, what confused them, before they go in to take the next version of that mastery quiz. So it's been a great tool for me to use. It's cut back on the amount of time that I need to prepare for tests and grade tests and hand back tests, and it's saved the district some money on copying costs and printing costs, and it's given the kids more timely feedback, and I think it's helped them to move on and do better on that next version of that test.